Okay, we got a new sample for Rust in Pieces. This is what they call digital proof, so it should look pretty much identical to the final product. So I've been waiting to open this so that you can see it, and obviously we open the top because it takes forever. I learned that. But let's look what's inside. Okay, let's check. And so we're gonna work with that. To be delicate because it's like a baby. Expansion packs. I'm sure you're getting a little glare. Okay. Just flip this baby over. All right. Wow. Good heft to it. Should be about 2 pounds, 10 ounces if my guess is correct. I should have put the scale out here so I can show it to you. Okay. I have this over here because this was our comparison point for the block tower. This is made by Team Blockade. Out of print, but it's got a black and white tower that looks just like this bad boy over here. And you notice that some of the block count has been reduced compared to Jenga. All right, so first glance, it's nice, it's thick, it's solid. I can squeeze it. I'm not concerned about it at all. That's fantastic. Okay, these, you can see they're kind of thin. Oh, the colors look like they came out pretty good. And let's see about how they look width-wise. See how good of a job they did making the image center and that the packaging on the folds switched images well. You can kind of see on the backs some of these. You may have seen the fronts. Okay, as I these are great too because they're a little sturdier than I thought they would be, which is fantastic. The colors look good. I can see that like the blacks blended really well, which is a big concern we had. Okay. You know, blacks on screen are always more vivid and colorful than they are actually in print, especially if it's like an offset print run. That's great. Okay. You're gonna do a little close-up on the box. Now this has got the film on. I'm gonna take it off for in a second, but you can kind of see all along the box here. Okay, oh, super important. Making sure I can actually read all of the small fine print, which looks great. Okay, the back of the box, look, it's actually lined up properly. It's not upside down. Okay, again, making sure the small print looks okay. Colors, let's see. Colors, looking pretty good. It's even more legible than I thought, which is, you know, you always hope that it's gonna be more legible. All right. The trusty Spyderco. Yeah, and I got a new light box coming for photography. So components and pieces, you'll get a better look at them down the road. This is just the, check it out, we're opening it. It's a nice thick plastic and a dull knife, it looks like. So again, like I said, the color was something that we went back and forth on, so I'm just taking it in. See how much I like that black color, making sure that it's doing its job. It's bold as it can be. But the images, like this guy here, a Grim Vigilante, looks great. It's so cool to see it physically in print. That's neat to see with the gradient. It has a little bit of a fade that you can kind of see the dots in, but it gives it more of a smoky feel than like the gradient sort of light change. All right, I know, enough. Let's, oh, that's how you're gonna be. You're gonna be, whoa. Okay. All right, so inside, again, like I said, it doesn't even bow, it's so thick. That's great. We have our rule book. You gotta imagine how worried I was that with this weird size that we were gonna somehow make it so close that it would be like bent in the box. Okay, let's see. And you can see a little bit of roughness and wear on it. I don't know if that's gonna be partially because this is my a proof, or if this is just gonna be something that's gonna happen with mass production, but like some scratches in it. I mean, nothing that's, you know, gonna make me very upset about it. It's just interesting to see like it's been manufactured. And again, like this black is matching this black, which is just making me so happy. Okay. Oh, it's so cool. Really, obviously, as I'm looking for just how clear the pictures look. I'm looking to make sure that the colors feel right. You know, as a person who obviously buys a lot of games, reads a lot of games, it's just a whole different story when it's actually in your hands, because there's just the intangibles of what you know innately. That's great. That's great. Okay. All right, as you're seeing, as you open the box, we have the tower inside. There's actually a guide separator that's holding it. You'll see that in a minute. This is just the wooden cardboard that's holding the card decks of the core game and the markers. So it's just fancy looking. These are your dry erase cards. So they just have a different image on the back of each of them. And then on the reverse, they're actually a card that you have in front of you that you make your character and you place your cards on. Clearly, I can see that there's some issues here. One, the dry erase coating altered the colors, and clearly the rest in pieces get cut in the trim at the bottom. So that has to be fixed. It's possible that some of them I see a little bit of a white top, and I don't know exactly what that is right there, because it shouldn't be any different with the bleed than the others. But that's something to go back on. And those came out pretty dark, but again, I think it's the coating. It changed the look of those. And, oh my gosh, that's weird. And totally unexpected. I don't know why and or how this happened, but so this card is the narrator card. It's just kind of like a note card. Since everyone else has a dry erase card in front of them, you have your own, just something you can write down the character names, but they made it a thick card, which I don't know exactly why that is, but I'll have to find out, because it should be identical to this one. So I'll have to test the dry erase too and make sure that that wasn't something that they did differently on this card compared to this one, and hence the difference of the thickness or something here. Okay, so I need to open one of these expansions for you. Let's see, who do we want? I think we're gonna open Rick. I'm really excited for Rick. Okay, it's got a little peel. There it is. Okay. Okay. If I can get the wrap off of it. Okay. Right, drop. Okay. Let's use the little edge of my blade to unwrap that. Okay. Okay, so this is Rick. We'll scoot some of this over, scoot it over, scoot it over. And you can just see the cards. This was not something that I expected to be weird or different. It's just showing you some of the images. Maybe getting your more typical cards. I am very interested to see what the middle finger cards look like, which is good. These have a bit of a fade on the icons, so I'm always curious what that's going to look like in actual print, and then again how thick the blackness will look. So it looks good. I'll just leave that out here. So last but not least, a couple markers. They're pretty cool. Got the core deck in here, which is 2 decks. You can see inside there's a little death hiding there for you underneath card decks. And let's get this tower out of here. So I want to be really gentle because I don't want to bang anything up. So I'm going to go ahead and just stand her up, I thought, and then try to make it so that I don't have to knock this tower over. Okay, all right, not bad, not bad, not bad. Okay, you kind of see pieces of this insert, and it's just an insert. It can come right out. Oh, it's kind of weird and neat. Okay, all right. Put it in the box down. We have our block tower. Now this is a second block tower. Slightly different. We wanted them to be a little rougher than the first set. I didn't put the first set out here, so you can't see that. We have our separator. Shows the tower inside, so you know where it goes. And just takes a lot of our fun images and just makes this really sweet collage put together by Matthias Bonici, if I said it right, our graphic designer. And then a block tower. Okay, so I'm try to see. The big thing I was consistently working on is trying to make sure that it feels a little bit more like Jenga, and that the blocks don't feel too loose all the time. It's just a hair difference, you know, between this Team Blockade tower that we've used, the Jenga tower, and then some of the samples we've gotten. So just trying to make sure that it always feels like a lot of these blocks could be difficult to pull, while some of them obviously are always easy to pull out. And the game is based and balanced on your ability to pull out blocks, so it shouldn't be harder. So that's something I'm constantly trying to work with, is to make sure that it's not too difficult. Otherwise, you'll have short games. All right. Okay. So, this is a big mess, but this is our unboxing Rest in Pieces. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll start sharing more up close and personal images as the weeks go by. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.